Hi, True Crew. Welcome back to another episode. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow on social media. Links down below. Subscribe to this channel. Share and like this video if you find it helpful. Coming at you today with a quick video on giving your children a better life than you had. Now, I know I made this video, a video similar anyways, a while ago. And I didn't go back. I didn't watch it. But in reality, I think with that video, I kind of came to terms with, things that we need more in life, more discipline, more watching over maybe, things like that. And I guess what it comes down to is, we all praise our parents. I'm the same. I grew up in a broken home, so it was always just my mother and I. And we always want to tell ourselves that, like, our parents raised us so great. They did the best they could, right? But the one thing we've got to understand that if we want to give our children a better life, we need to seriously look at our parents and see the faults that they had in themselves. Because, once again, they are only human, and they are not perfect. So we seriously need to take a deep look into our childhood and see how our parents let us down. That doesn't mean we don't love them anymore or any less. I think that's another thing we've got to understand. I've been watching the show on Netflix, Last Chance U, and it was the very first season. I guess there was 2 seasons. That coach, he cussed a lot and he did a lot of things, but one thing he said, because of course these are troubled teens trying to make it to D1 colleges and be able to play football, is don't ever think that, when someone is critiquing you or telling you that you are doing something wrong, that they are, talking bad about you. That doesn't mean that they wish harm upon you or they don't want you to succeed. It's usually when they are critiquing us or letting us know what we are doing something wrong, it is to better us, right? So in reality, we need to take a hard look at ourselves or at our parents and see what things that they did that probably weren't the greatest. Maybe it'll be a great conversation starter for you to sit down and reminisce on the past, look back on the past with your mother and father, or just your father or just your mother, and have a heart-to-heart with them. And I think you'll get a better understanding of where they were coming from, why they did the things that they did. And sometimes it could be selfish reasons, but we've got to understand that our parents are valuable resources to us that have been through this, right? And when it comes down to it, a lot of the times we can look back on our life and say, our parents were right in this way, our parents were, right in that way. But there are a lot of other ways as well that they were wrong. And when it comes down to it, it's growing up, you should not be your parents' friend. It's not until you get into your mid-20s, 30s that you can bond as friends and hopefully be able to have deep conversations with them that are going to help you raise your children better, if that is something that you wish to do, is have children. I was at one of the Catholic events that I was a part of, Young Catholic Professionals, and for them, we were downtown at an event, and I met this other guy whose name was actually Russell, just like mine. And I started chatting with him. He was an older gentleman. He was just trying to meet up with one of the priests, and, he never had children, but I'm just sitting there talking to him. I feel more comfortable talking to older people than I do to younger people, people my own age. So I sat there, I had no problem having a conversation with this guy, and when we got on the topic of children, for him, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. To tell you the truth, I'm really bummed that I never had children, or it's too late, or whatever. I can't remember, but I know he was definitely very upset. So for those of you who maybe have aunts and uncles, we've gotta also confide in our aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and these other people that don't have children, right? If you know someone that's a bachelor in your family, like an uncle who never got married, never had children, talk to him. Get to know him. Maybe he'll tell you it's the biggest mistake I ever made. And if that's the road that you're going down, we need to understand that maybe, just maybe, you might want to change your mind. So I'm going to end it there. Food for thought, something to think about when wanting to give your children a better life. And once again, information is powerful, and you've got all these tools, family members around you that can help give you advice on what you need to do. Whether that is also in marriage, if you're a newlywed like myself. So, once again, something to think about. Hopefully, this video adds value to your life. If it does, hopefully, it'll add value to someone else's life. Let them know. Subscribe to this channel, share and like these videos.